Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Wendy Tomlinson. I'm a full-time blogger over at morningbusinesschat.com. I'll leave the link below. So go and check it out. There are loads and loads and loads of business tips on there. So on a Monday, I share business tips here on my YouTube channel, and on a Wednesday, I share lifestyle tips on anything to do with life, really, anything that can make your life better. So today, the subject that I want to talk about is role playing in business. So we tend to think of role playing as things like, kiddies pretend play type things, but it can be so powerful in the adult world as well. So what I used to do a lot of the time with coaching clients is we do role playing during the coaching session because it's so powerful. And I want to share 3 ways that role playing is very effective. You can use it in lots of different areas and just get creative, but I want to share 3 ways that you can use role playing in business. Okay, so the first one is, if you need to take phone bookings or if you get inquiries over the phone from potential clients, you need to really master your phone skills, okay? And so many of us, me included, really struggle with having those sorts of conversations on the phone. So that was something that I definitely struggled with in my sort of first year or so of business. And what we hear from people like famous athletes and famous sports people, we hear them all the time saying things like, I imagined winning, I imagined holding that championship trophy so many times in my mind, millions of times in my mind. And so when it happened, it just felt perfectly natural for me. And that's the kind of feeling that you want to get when you're picking up the phone and there's a potential client on the other side. So you can either get a really good friend to help you with this, you can get together with other business owners and practice, because if you need it, they probably need it as well. Or if you really don't feel confident enough, you can do it on your own. Literally, I've done this on my own, and I've got clients to do it, when they're not on the phone with me. And, you have the phone this side when it's you and move it to the other side when it's the client. Have a list of questions written down. So if you get a friend to do it, give them a list of questions to ask, and create loads and loads of different scenarios. Create the awkward questions or, the easier questions so that you're prepared for anything, okay? And also have your responses to all kinds of different questions written down. I would say, most importantly, know exactly what services you're offering and know the price that you are offering it for. Because when you're new, what tends to happen is you have these conversations with people and they're kind of interested, they're looking like they're going to book, and then it comes to the subject of money, and so many people just skirt around this issue of money and they end up working for way less than what they'd intended to. So have it clear in your mind. You're going to make mistakes, and that's the whole point of role playing. Or you're going to say something that made perfect sense on paper, but saying it out loud doesn't make sense or doesn't really feel like what you want to say. So that is the power of role playing. And I'm not talking about doing it once or twice. I'm talking about doing it over and over and over again, so that when those phone calls come in, you sound like a complete natural. You know exactly what you want to say. You know exactly what the pricing is. You know exactly what services you're talking about and how you're going to talk about those services. Okay, so that's for the telephone conversation. The second one is networking events. So here's my tip for networking events. Know what you're going to. So many people get so stressed about networking events, and they avoid it for so many different reasons, but mostly it's because they really don't feel confident enough to go and talk about their business. And actually, most networking events, there's a very small time when you're talking about your business. So find out some networking events, you will just go and you will just chat. In general, just very informal. I've been to lots of those kind of events, and they're actually the ones that I find the most effective, where you literally go and you chat in normal conversation. And, you know, it's very natural. It's not a case of, hey, I'm Wendy, you know, here's my business card, here's what I do, come and book my services. It's not like that. So it's just literally you learn from different people, you just get to know different people, and it's very, very easy. Other networking events you go, and if you're new to that particular networking event, they will often say to you, okay, you've got a 5-minute presentation slot where you can talk about your business. So you know that for 5 minutes you've got to stand up and talk about who you are and what your business is. It might be 2 minutes, it might be 10 minutes, or like I said, you might not actually have to stand up and talk about your business at all. It will just be in a normal conversation. Okay, so definitely find out what's expected of you when you go to them. Okay, there will always be someone that you can contact to chat and just say, you know, look, I'm really new to this, I haven't got a clue what I'm supposed to be doing, how does it work, how long will I have to talk about my business, and then you can practice your presentation over and over and over again. The more you do it, the more confident you will feel on the actual day. And I'm also going to leave a link to a really fantastic blog post that is on Morning Business Chat, and it's for public speaking. So even if you're doing a 5-minute presentation or a 2-minute presentation, that is public speaking. And you know, there are loads of really, really good tips on there for the public speaking, you know, overcoming the fear of public speaking. So definitely go and check that out if that's something that is a problem for you. Okay, so the third one that I want to talk to you about is if you're in a meeting. So if you're having a meeting with a supplier or a potential client, or if you have staff members, practice beforehand. And this is probably something that you could do it with other people. You can do it with other people depending on the scenario. You can do it on your own as role playing. But what I would say to you, actually say it out loud. If you're doing it on your own, don't just say it in your head, because it's different, okay? So whatever you're doing, shut yourself in the bathroom if you need to, and stand in front of the mirror. That's if you are doing role playing on your own, stand in front of the mirror so you've actually got eyes looking back at you. And you can see yourself, because, you know, that's quite important as well. So let's, for this example, say that you have got a meeting set up with a potential supplier. So you know what you want from the supplier, you know what you want to pay, and the service that you require from them, your expectations from them, and also what you want to give them back in return. So, you know, it might be money, it might be another sort of service sort of thing. But you want to know exactly what you want to get out of this meeting, okay? So write down what your intentions are for the meeting, what you want to get out of it, and go through that meeting and say it out loud. You know, do it through in your head, then do it out loud. So this is a really good technique for people who are going for job interviews, but I'm going to assume that you're not going to go for job interviews because this is like a business video. So, but if you were going for a job interview, you would imagine all the different questions that the interviewer would ask you, and you would role play, prepare your answers, saying them out loud, you know, stand in front of that mirror or get someone else to ask you those questions. But you are the one dictating how it goes. Now, in real life, that isn't necessarily how it goes in like a job interview. But there's no reason really why in a meeting it won't go your way. But for those of you who don't know, I'm a law of attraction practitioner. I teach people how to use the law of attraction. And if you role play it exactly how you want it, you are sending out an energetic intention into the universe. This is how it's going to work in real life. When this happens in my real life, this is exactly how it's going to go. So the reality is it might not go exactly how you have in your head, how you've gone through it in your role playing, but the more that you do it, the more you have that positive energetic frequency connected to that meeting, or you know, that networking event, or the phone conversation that we've talked about. The more you set yourself up for it to go the way that you want. Okay, so that's a really great tip for you guys. So practice on your own if you really feel that you can't ask anybody else. You know, get a friend to help you, a family member, your kids. You know, kids are great at doing role playing for, you know, this kind of thing, because they just think it's a game. And make it a game. Make it a game for yourself as well. Don't make it hard work. Again, if it's public speaking, then, and you're just really scared of this idea, do check that blog post out, because it's really helpful. It wasn't written by me. It was actually written by my friends over at hypnosisdownloads.com, and there is a link in there for the hypnosis downloads, but it's not just about going and buying the product. I would recommend their products, definitely. I've used them. They're great value, and they're really powerful. I've used them myself. I still do use them. So I do recommend that, but the blog post isn't just about that. There's lots of great tips in there as well. So have a go. Don't just do it once. Don't just do it 5 times or 10 times. Just do it over and over again. Build your confidence in that specific area. The more you practice something, the easier it's going to be in real life. Okay, so I hope that tip has really helped you. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. You know, have you used role playing? Is this idea completely new to you? You know, don't just sort of like watch the video and never sort of like think about it again, because that's not going to help you. Give it a thumbs up, please, if you liked it, because that helps YouTube know that it's a good video for them to sort of like push around to other people. And please subscribe to my channel. Mondays is business, and Wednesdays is like life tips, that sort of thing. Okay, so I will be back on Wednesday with some more. Okay, have a really fantastic week, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.